Hey guys, my name is Star and welcome to me ranting about a book. I've got problems. I've got a problem, an issue, a concern, whatever you want to call it. I have one of those things. I read a book, and you read a book and you either like it or you don't like it, or you like the characters but you don't like the plot, or you like the plot but you hate the romance, or things like that. I hated it all. I read Anyway the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell, and my heart hurts a little bit. I read Carry On. I read Carry On, which is the first book in the Simon Snow trilogy, I think is what it's called. I think it's called the Simon Snow trilogy. It wasn't originally supposed to be a trilogy. It was going to be a standalone book that came after Fangirl, like in the same, deal as Fangirl. So for those of you who don't know, Fangirl is a book written by Rainbow Rowell. It's a contemporary about a girl who writes fan fiction. One of her fan fiction stories becomes really, really popular. It's Carry On, and it's about Simon Snow, who is kind of like Harry Potter for us in that world. And it was really, really popular, so she actually printed the story, Carry On. And it was really good. I actually loved it. I read it 3 times in a row, I'm pretty sure, and I think it was my favorite book that I read that year, the year that I read it. It was great. I loved it. I still love it. I can still sit and read it. I actually did a reread of this book and the sequel before I read Anywhere the Wind Blows in preparation for that. After Carry On, Rainbow Rowell announced that she was coming out with another book. It was going to be a trilogy, and she was coming out with a sequel, and I got really excited. And that was Wayward Son. Carry On, Wayward Son, there's that. I was excited. I read the book. It wasn't horrible. It had its problems. Did it have its problems? It did. It had problems. It had issues, but it was still good. It still gave me that same feeling, that lost in a world, great feeling. I love Simon and Baz. I really enjoyed Penelope and Simon's friendship. I loved that. And then they were on a road trip and it was great. I enjoyed it. It was wonderful. Was it the best written thing ever? Was it this literary masterpiece work of art? No, of course not. But it was still good. I enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars because I enjoyed it so much. I was so excited for Anywhere the Wind Blows. I pre-ordered it. I did all of the things. And I just want to say, can we start with the fact that it's titled Anywhere the Wind Blows? Just gonna throw that out there. Carry On, Wayward Son, and then Anywhere the Wind Blows. That's fine. All of that aside, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love it. The inside, look at how pretty that is. Look at how pretty the end pages are. It's beautiful until you start reading it. Oh God. I can't. I don't know. Shepard is with us. Shepard went with them. He left California. He went with Penny, with Penny, wow. Sorry, with Penelope. He went with Penelope to London. And she's gonna help him. That's wonderful. That's great. I like Shepard. Everybody likes Shepard. He's a very likable character. And other than that, this book was entirely unnecessary. I'll get to why in a little bit, but totally unnecessary. We didn't need it. It was unnecessary. Other than enjoyment, nothing is relevant other than Shepard. The fact that Shepard is now with them in London, that is the only relevance. There's nothing else in that book that is relevant. It's just pointless. It's pointless. Pointless. So Baz goes this is gonna be full of spoilers, by the way, full of spoilers, because I'm gonna rant and I'm gonna have a problem. And look, if you read this and you liked it, awesome. That's great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. We get to have different opinions. We do. And oh, the pain that I feel. Baz leaves. Baz goes to save Fiona. Because, you know, Fiona gets herself into trouble. She was caught breaking into the headmistress's office, which is Penelope's mom, and was trying to steal something. So Baz goes to break her, to bail her out of prison or jail or wherever it is that she is. But he goes. And the entire time that he's gone, or I guess that's not true, because, so he texts Simon, Simon texts back about not wanting to go with him to visit his dad. So he goes by himself. And the entire time he's at his dad's house, Baz, he's reaching out to Simon. He's texting him over and over again. Nothing. He gets zero response. And there's no concern. He didn't care. He doesn't care that Simon hasn't responded. He doesn't care that he didn't text him back. He mentioned something offhand about how he's gonna make him feel guilty. That's my kid, it's my toddler. He's very upset about Simon and Baz too. But, you know, so doesn't text him back, whatever. He decides he's gonna go. Maybe it's a few days later. I'm not really sure about the time reference there. I can't even remember. But he goes to Simon and Penelope's apartment to go see Simon. And when he gets there, Penelope gives him a note from Simon that says, "I'm sorry." That's it, just "I'm sorry." And some nonsense about how he told Penelope, I guess, that he needed a break, or he needed to be away, or he needed to be on his own. I don't know, Penelope's just cool with that. And Baz isn't. So Baz goes to find him, and when he does find him, they break up. I'm not upset that they broke up. You know, it's angst. It's done often, it's needed in books, and that's fine. I'm upset because like a chapter later, they're back together and no issues were resolved. Simon's upset because he doesn't have magic anymore, and he thinks Baz needs somebody more like him or more with magic or whatever the reason is, and none of that is resolved. You know, Simon just dropped Baz like a bad habit, and Baz is just, that's all right, everything's cool. What? I just don't, I don't understand. I don't understand. So if someone could explain it to me, that would be great. So Baz and Simon, they get back together because, you know, after 25 pages of conflict and moping and whatever, everything's resolved and they're happy and a couple again. While that's happening, Penelope finds out that Shepherd is engaged to a demon. He's engaged to be married to a demon, and that's the situation he's in that Penelope's trying to help him with. And this should be the most interesting thing ever. This sounds so interesting. This guy's got all these tattoos because he's engaged to a demon and he made a mistake and he's being cursed or whatever. That sounds interesting. It's really boring. It sounds interesting. It sounds like it should be entertaining. It's not. It's super boring. Shepherd's great. Penelope's great. You put them together, it's super, super boring. Just real boring. Wish it wasn't, but it is. Okay, so Agatha's not really a part of the story. Agatha's gone off to be a vet or something with Niam. God, I still can't pronounce it. Anyway, that's where she's gone. She's gone off to be a vet with this chick. And I was so upset about the whole Baz and Simon breaking up with the angst and getting back together in a chapter, so there was no actual angst, that I forgot to mention Simon's getting his wings chopped off, and it's happening by the chick whose name I can't pronounce. Niama. That's who's cutting off his wings. She's gonna chop them off, and oh my god. It's more ridiculous. Now that I'm saying it, it's even more ridiculous. Like, this is a mess. This book, it's so pretty. Look at how pretty it is. It is a shame. Like, this is beautiful, and it's a shame that it's so bad. So Agatha's off with this lady and she wants to be a vet, and that's what she's gonna go do. She's gonna go be a vet with this lady. And then Penny's trying to stop a wedding, I guess. I guess they're gonna try to stop the wedding because Shepard's engaged to a demon. And Baz and Simon want Penelope's help, and she's not responding because Simon said, leave me alone. And she said, okay, and that's where we're at. And now he's upset that she's not responding. What we're getting from Simon and Penelope is what should have happened with Simon and Baz. I'm sorry, but I get more angst from them than I'm getting from the main romance. So then we have Simon and Baz. They're off to go and figure out what's happening with these chosen ones. Multiple, I say ones because there's 6 of them. There's 6 people claiming they're now the chosen one because Simon's lost all magical ability and he can't be a chosen one. He's not it anymore. And I guess this is a world where there's more than one. Or they can say that there's more than one because he has no magic, so he can't save the wizarding whatever. Can't do that. They decide that they want to go and go get information. They're trying to research information. They're trying to figure out what's happening. And somehow along the way, they just have a lot of almost sex. I don't have a problem with the sex. I don't have a problem with steamy scenes. I actually enjoy them. I think that they're great when appropriate. Not appropriate. Ever. They are in the most inappropriate moments in time trying to hump each other. I don't understand. I'm very confused by this. I'm confused by why or how or por qué. Like, I just look at it and I want to say por qué. Por qué. Because I don't understand. No entiendo. I don't get it. They're in a library and Penelope's mom is there. She's literally 5 feet away. She just left them in the library and now they're all over each other. I don't understand. I'm so confused. I'm confused by the inappropriate sex. I'm confused by the storyline that doesn't matter. I'm confused by all of it. Segueing into storylines that do not matter. Pointless. This was absolutely pointless. With the exception of introducing us to Shepard, who's great, it was pointless. There is one point, and I can't word for word remember what it actually said. Like, I can't quote it off the top of my head because I've only read the book once. But I think Baz actually mentions it. He's like, hey, should we probably tell somebody about the vampires in Las Vegas and how they're taking over? And the response he gets is, the whole world's going to hell. What? What? I don't understand. I don't. No, you should tell somebody so that this is relevant. You should go tell one of the chosen ones because there's 6 of them and maybe one of them can try to do something about it so that this is relevant. Because in the entirety of Anywhere the Wind Blows, absolutely irrelevant, that book. Totally, completely irrelevant. Totally, absolutely irrelevant. Which, is not good. It's not good. It went from making Carry On great to Wayward Son being a decent sequel to Anyway the Wind Blows making it absolutely unnecessary. It completely unnecessary. You could go from Carry On to Anywhere the Wind Blows and miss nothing other than being introduced to Shepard. That's it. You're just introduced to Shepard and that's all we got. Look. I've got problems, I've got concerns, I've got issues. Penelope summoning demons, I want it to be interesting. It's not. It's not. The chosen one, they meet this lady, this older lady who lost her son because her son went after one of the chosen ones, and the one that she found claims that he can make someone powerful again. They have the magic in them and he can bring the magic out and make them cast spells and make them magical is what he's claiming to be. It's a gift that he has. And Simon and Baz, they go to one of these meetings, I guess. It's a meeting. They go to one of the meetings and they're watching this guy, and he, what is his name? Smith Richards. They call him Smith Richards. He has this, he casts this spell. He casts a spell, and this person who apparently had never been able to do magic can now do magic. And that's the gist. That's what makes him the chosen one, or one of the chosen ones, is because he can now make someone who in the past was not able to do magic. They find Baz's mom there, stepmom, she's there, Daphne's there, and they go find her, and they go talk to her, and you know, she claims that she believes this, and that he's gonna fix her, and he's gonna make her extraordinary. And they meet with this guy, and he wants Simon to come back. He's very interested in Simon because Simon is going to help him. Simon is a chosen one, the chosen one, and now is seeking help from him because that's what he believes is happening, is that Simon wants help. You want to know what Smith Richards was? He's the mage. It's the mage all over again. They made this book. This book was a standalone. It reads like a standalone. It does. It reads like a standalone. There was a beginning, a conflict, and a conclusion. And it was a set conclusion. This was a standalone. And because it was a standalone, the bad guy's dead. The bad guy's gone. There's no more bad guy. So we're going to take them on a road trip, and we're going to find them, you know, something to defeat here, but it's going to be lighthearted and it's going to be fun because that's what it should have been. That's what it's supposed to be. It's fan fiction. Like, I don't know that everybody realizes that. It's fan fiction. In Fangirl, this was written as a fan fiction. So it should be fun and lighthearted and have easy angst. While this did read like fan fiction, it didn't give you that. They wanted it to be so much. This was too much. It was too many things. It was too big. They tried to make this villain be this huge thing. It just wasn't good. Like, it wasn't done properly. It wasn't executed right. Like, it was bad. And the bad guy that they defeated at the end, I just want to call him the mage because it was the mage all over again with a different name, with a hyphenated name. I don't know. And look, the most interesting thing I'm going to tell you is going to be the goats. The magical Watford, oh boy, Watford, the magical Watford ghost, Watford, is that even the name of the school? Oh boy, hold on. Okay, it is the name of the school. I just don't know that I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's either Watford or Watford. I'm saying it wrong. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with saying it incorrectly. The magical goats. They were it. They were everything. They were life. I just no. Look, this was not it for me. This wasn't it. I wanted to love it. And I think that's what makes it so much worse, is that I pre-ordered the book. I was excited to have it. I read it as soon as I got it. I was so disappointed. And I didn't start out disappointed. I knew I was disappointed when Simon and Baz got back together. I think that was my biggest issue, is that Simon and Baz got back together so quickly. And then after that, it was like the most inappropriate sexy times you'll ever find in a book. It was just inappropriate. Every single time was inappropriate. There were times where I found spots. I found spots where I was like, yo, here is where that needed to be. And that's not where it was. It was in the library, or it was in like, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. And did it make sense to anybody else? Like, I just have to know. Did anyone else understand? Anybody? Because I got problems. I have real issues with this, and I just need to know if anybody else understood. And if you did, can you explain it to me? Please? Because because I don't get it. All right. Look, I ended up giving it a 1 out of 5 stars. And if you want to know where that sits, I gave Carry On a 5 out of 5. I gave Wayward Sons a 4 out of 5. Although I might change that because it was pointless and unnecessary. And then Anyway the Wind Blows is going to be a 1 out of 5 stars because it sucks. Like, it was just bad. And I don't know if anybody else does this, but as I was reading it, I wanted to move the chapters around. Like, I wanted to move one of, like, Agatha's chapters to a different section of the book. Like, I wanted to move it. I think it could have done with another round of editing, to be completely honest. But that's okay. That's fine. As far as the actual, like, contents of the book, it just is bad. I don't care how many different times they would have rearranged it. It still would have been bad. It's just not good. And that disappoints me a lot because I actually really like Rainbow Rowell's writing. With the exception of Eleanor and Park, which I had a lot of problems with, I've actually liked most of the things I've read from her. And it was really sad for me because it's not the type of writing. It read like fan fiction, which is what I think she was going for because that's what it originally was. Carry On was originally a fan fiction, which is what it read like, which is what I was expecting, which is what I wanted. It just, the actual book was bad. The romance was not, I'm invested in Simon and Baz. I've been invested in Simon and Baz since Carry On. Since freaking Fangirl, I'm invested in them. I wasn't in this book. The minute they got back together, I was just disappointed. And I think that might have soured the rest of the book for me, but I just kept finding problems. I really did. And it was boring. A lot of it was boring. It was hard for me to get through. I had to force myself to read, which is really hard for me to do. I can pick up a book and be fine. I had to force myself to finish reading this. Like, I had to make myself sit down and pick up this book. I wanted to watch TV. I wanted to read fan fiction. I wanted to do anything other than read this book, and I had to make myself do it. And that's how I know it wasn't a good book. Or at least it wasn't a book for me. And again, these are my opinions. If you enjoyed it, great. Please tell me why. Like, I just want someone to tell me why. I just don't understand. I'm very confuzzled. This book is very confuzzling to me. It's a confusing book. And I wanted to love it. And I mean, look at how pretty it is. It's such a pretty book. It's just not very good. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to rant. I did. I'm done with that now. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, then you deserve a cookie. Congratulations. Go ahead and hit like if you agree with me, or like if you don't and want to tell me why, and subscribe if you want more of my ranting. Maybe I'll make another video. Thanks.